According to the Economic Gains from Equity report issued by the Federal Reserve in 2021, closing racial gaps in key areas like wages, home ownership, investments, higher education, we would have realized an additional $16 trillion in GDP over the last 20 years. If by some miracle we're able to eradicate racism over the next 5 years, we would realize an additional $5 trillion in GDP. I live in Kentucky, and our United States Representative John Yarmuth has said on so many occasions that it is in white America's interest that Black America thrive. My name is Nikki Lanier, and I'm the CEO and founder of Harper Slade Racial Equity Advisory. We are a firm dedicated to advancing equity for some and equality for all. We define racial equity as proportional fairness that takes into account the historic and cultural realities that have beset people of color, as distinct from other people, and works to remedy the same. It's about stopping the bleeding of racism, but also treating the now infected wound. We're motivated by the reality of demography, that by 2045, minorities will be the majority in the available workforce, specifically Hispanic people and Black people. That means that we also must be the majority in the middle class at least. That's the $60,000 to $120,000 income earner in order for the entire economic sustenance to remain viable. Where do those jobs happen? Where do we earn $60,000 to $120,000? Usually at work, in the workplace. And yet we find that studies also show that the number one impediment to really advancing and activating, amplifying Black and brown potency in the workplace, that is assuring economic viability and economic mobility up and through work, is in fact racism and its many incantations. And I'm not talking about racism in the behavioral sense. I'm talking about racism in the more kind of structural, institutional sense. It's embedded in our fabric. It's embedded in our collective DNA. It's more insidious than behavioral racism, maybe even the silent killer. Hopefully we now realize that Black and brown mattering, just the fullness of our humanity, often happens in certain contexts, with an asterisk, parentheses, footnote. It's rare that there's occasion that Black and brown people just get to experience mattering and humanity as a matter of presumptive right. And that shows up in all of the systems in which we as humans navigate: our education system, our workplace, our criminal justice system, even healthcare. And so when it comes to the workplace, we have to focus on fashioning real remedies. This is a country that I know is home. You probably do too. It's a country that we all love. And yet it's a country that has an inertia that leans toward marginalization and muting and stunting of its darker brethren. That's just the historical fact. But it's hard for us to remedy that if we don't first understand it or acknowledge it.